Hello, welcome to 2023. It's still the beginning of a new year, and I know if you're like me, you're excited about new things that are happening in the digital marketing world. You know, things like e-commerce and Shopify and HubSpot, they are doing amazing things, and even your competition is shining. I just want to talk a little bit about some things that can make you shine as a digital marketer, a copywriter, or even a copy editor, because these skills are vitally important. They help people to promote their brand. They also convert more leads with various strategies, increase revenue, and can help you if you have a website and an agency, or you can help another agency rank higher with Google. So right now we're going to talk about building your reputation with search engines. You ought to have certain things in mind to build your reputation. You have to have buyer personas. There are the traditional buyer personas, and then there are the jobs to be done buyer personas, which are much more effective. Again, that second one is the jobs to be done buyer personas. And that's a skeleton or a character or avatar of your ideal client and customer. You need to know that. Why? Because psychologists all agree once you know a behavior pattern of the group, person, slash, aka your target audience, you know how to meet their pain points. You can address them properly. I found out over the years that by working in strategic outreach and training in the martial arts and playing chess, checkers, mahjong, even cards like rummy, all of these things help you to make quality decisions and enhance your human capital so that you can think on your feet. And that's what people are looking for. They're looking for people that can strike those proper emotions with their target audience and cause them to respond to those CTAs, clicks, and make those purchases, which in turn blesses you with sales. So you have to build trust with your audience. They're not going to buy from someone they don't trust. Another thing that a lot of companies do, as well as myself, testimonies are very, very, very important. If I tell you something, okay, you may believe it. But if 20, 1,000, 10,000 other people say similar, better, or the same, then you know that social proof, as Robert Cialdini says, and Abraham Maslow's, those two great psychologists, then you know you're really shining in their eyesight. And word of mouth is very, very contagious. So in order to build your reputation with search engines, one of the first things you want to do, as I said before, is trust. You can word it like this: developing confidence and empathy with your target audience. You as a digital marketer, copywriter, marketing strategist, content specialist, you have to let your audience know you understand how they feel. I worked 10 years at AT&T as a 411 operator. I've worked a year in sales and commissions at Blue Cross Anthem Blue Shield. I've done sales with Kirby. I've sold jacuzzis. And when I was in the streets, I sold drugs. So what am I saying? When you let your target audience know, I understand how you feel. I understand why you feel this way. I've been in your shoes before, so I can relate to what you're going through. You identify with their pain, which makes them feel like what? Oh, this person is not pushy. They're not rushing me to a sale. They're concerned about me, and they've bought the t-shirt that I bought. They can identify with my pain. That's important. The next thing you want to do is draw fresh possibilities to your business models. Basically, there's three types of business models, and a lot of businesses set them up different ways. You have your soft model, have your hard model, then you have your information model. It's your logos and things of that nature, email, a list, and things along that line. So those are the basic three models: your soft system or model, your hard system or model, and then your information system or model. Basically, those are the foundations. And again, I said people set them up different ways. Some people use Salesforce to keep that together. HubSpot is a dynamic platform. It's easy to navigate, import your contacts, and set up email templates and newsletters and all of those things along that line. And anybody that's familiar with HubSpot, they've been around over 12 years. They are dynamic in all of their efforts. And a lot of people use them, such as myself. So another thing you want to do to build your search engine reputation is to research the candidate's pain points. And I hit on that earlier. Now, imagine when you go to a doctor and you're just meeting this doctor, they have you fill out a medical history report. Why? They want to know your pain points. Is there high blood pressure in the family, arthritis, heart attack? They give you all of these things to check off yes or no, so that when they receive it, they know how to address your physical health. And if you're going to a psychologist, they have questions as well. Scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel? Depression, anxiety, worry, fear, anger, bitterness. They get deep inside the emotions and the root of what's causing that mental imbalance. So once again, even psychologists, when they get that, they look at that, which is what? Data. And then they know how to go forward and help you. Now in copywriting, it's the same principle. Certain questions are asked, certain data is measured and gathered and then taken to create the best proven strategies to help that business or agency. And that business could be B2B, business to business, or it could be D2C, direct to customer, / B2C, business to customer, like Shopify, e-commerce, things online, Amazon. So you want to share your advantages. This is number 4. The 10 things you can do to strengthen your search engine reputation. You want to really share the advantages. What is your point of difference? What makes you different than the competitors? I reflect when I was back first learning the martial arts, and my martial arts instructor's nickname is Lamb Chop, first name Michael like mine. When I saw this young man go through what they call the Carters and in the forms and the technique, I was blown away. He was 16 years old at the time. I was 14 years old. He took me in back of a parking lot. Just imagine this, and nobody's there. And there was a old school there, St. Martin's by Ashman Street, and there were thin bushes. This young man was moving at lightning blinding speed. I was barely able to make out what he was doing. Had his shirt off, had on purple pants, black. At that time, people were wearing marshmallow shoes, very soft and comfortable. They were black with a white heel. All of a sudden, I lost track of this young man. He's 16 now, and I'm 14. I'm freaking out. Where's this dude? He ran off and left me. And then something said, look up. I looked up in the air. This dude was about 8 feet above my head, no exaggeration. I saw a blur of his legs spinning like helicopters, and I seen one of his heels. Call it a spinning hook kick. He was up in the air for a few seconds. He landed without a sound. I can see him controlling his breathing. Call it Qigong. Wow, he used a lot of energy to do that. I've never seen that done before, except in movies. I freaked out. I backed up. Scared the heck out of me. What am I saying? That was his point of difference. I never saw a martial arts instructor do that before. So I knew if he can do that, he can help me to build my mental, my spirituality, and to protect myself from attackers without a problem. That was his point of difference. He didn't just tell me, he showed me. It's the same thing in marketing. You have to show your audience your point of difference. So you have to conquer objections. As I said before, I've dealt with sales. I've dealt with people in as a 401 operator at AT&T, strategic outreach. Handling objections is very important. There's 10 basic objections to sales. And then there are others, but there are 10 basic. You have to know how to answer those up front. That's the best way to do it. And then you have to illustrate the way life would be using your product or services. What are the benefits? Not just the features. What are the benefits of your B2B agency? Are you attempting to improve their Google search rankings? Are you trying to generate more traffic for this company? Are you trying to convert more leads for this company? And if you are, how are you going to do that? You improve Google search ranking by great user experience, optimizing internal links, optimizing landing pages, optimizing search intent. And I wrote an article called 10 Effective Marketing Strategies that will boost your site traffic. And I list those 10. I'll list a few here. I mentioned buyer personas. Your content has to be based on core values. More landing pages. A/B testing. You have to be ready for change. Familiar with your target audience. I cover that in this video. Competitor analysis you need to have. Subject marketing models. Hedgehog model. That's very important. And then you have to reach the millennials in Generation Z with flexible content. Why? Because they're different. You have to identify with them. There's the empathy once again. And so you also have to, number 7, draw sharp thinking colleagues. In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Solomon. By knowledge, a house, a business is built and well established and profits wonderfully. Why? Because of the proper knowledge. People like Shaquille O'Neal, Floyd Mayweather, AT&T. You can go on and on and on. They surround themselves with people who know what they're doing. Henry Ford did not finish school. I believe he went either to the 3rd or 8th grade. Same thing with Thomas Edison. However, Henry Ford had money and he gathered experts around him to execute his deliverables. And you see Ford, even though they went through some changes back in the past, as any business does, Ford is not doing bad today. They got that F-250 truck and other things going. And that's all because Henry Ford drew in sharp thinking colleagues. Very important. Never try to be an island unto yourself. Number 8, you have to strengthen your loyalty with current clients. Again, there's the trust. There's the empathy. There's the curiosity. There's the questions. There's the overcoming the objections. There's the quality content, whether it's podcast, video, white papers, case studies, polls, surveys. You have to have that to let people know you are constantly concerned about them. You're growing and you want to help their business to grow. Back to my martial arts teacher. He showed us one basic stance at first for horse stance. He said, Mike, once you get this stance down pat, and trust me, it took a while. Because when you first start the horse stance, your legs are shaking, your nerves are saying, whoa, what are you doing here? Your muscles, I used to go home and go to sleep and wake up with Charlie horses in both legs. I had to take my fist and beat my legs, walking to the bathroom. I mean, that happened night after night after night. Sore, all in my legs when I'm walking, burning. But yet I came back. We would work out 7 days a week because we weren't working at that time. And sometimes between 6 to 8 hours. 80-degree weather with no water. Yeah, that's what I said. Finally got smart, brought some cookies and orange juice, but yet that training was still very intense. So what am I saying? It strengthened loyalty because between him and I, we're still together. I met him in the 70s. We're still friends, best friends now. I talk to him 2 or 3 times out of the week. So that's important, that loyalty. You want loyal and lasting relationships. Number 9 is create fresh marketing strategies. Here's where your A/B testing comes in, your comparative analysis, spying on your competitors, using tools like Uber Suggest, the Screaming Frog, Answer the Public, which is SEO geared to let you know what works best. Following up on trigger words, learning new trigger words, using words like because, free, instant, easy, proven, imagine, things along that nature. Number 10 is boost your influence with search engines. Your meta tags and descriptions are important. They have to be proper. Keynote. Back in college and even in high school now, they're teaching people and been teaching students about writing essays properly. Thesis statement is the main statement that guides the reader through the literature or the report or the essay. In digital marketing, it's called a headline. 70% of the time of a copywriter is spent on the headline. Newspapers, the same thing. AP style, Associated Press, writing style. The headline is vitally important. How many of you can remember Batman, Jimmy Olsen? What was the headline? What's the headline again? They always focus on that headline. Bewitched, Darren was drawing. He was a copywriter, advertising. Larry and Darren were always talking about the new accounts. And Darren, did you get that right? He was doing the graphics. They all go together. Video graphics, infographics, videos, podcasts, all of that stuff is important. So back to the headline. That helps to boost the influence because people, when they're captivated between 3 to 7 seconds, that's all you have. Get their attention and keep it. And some people do that with colors. The headline is very important. Some people do it with colors. Red is the most powerful color that holds a reader's attention, signifies power, success, and generates sales. Blue, what I have on, is the second best color to use on your website or buttons. You have to still A/B test it, see how people respond, to build trust, hold a reader's attention, and to captivate them to make sales. Orange deals with energy, excitement, enthusiastic. Neil Patel, orange. HubSpot, orange. Home Depot, orange. Lowe's, blue. Walmart, blue. Do you see any of those companies failing? They may have problems, challenges, but do you see them failing in sales? Salesforce, blue. It's a lighter blue, but it's blue. Progressive Insurance, blue. Bank of America, blue and red. Coca-Cola, red and white. So that's vitally important. I'm going to recap on the 10 things that build your reputation with search engines. Number 1 is develop confidence and empathy with your TA, target audience. Number 2, draw fresh possibilities to your business models. Draw influence. Number 3, research the candidate's pain points. Number 4, share advantages. Always share benefits over features if you have a product. 5 is conquer objections. 6 is illustrate a better life that the individual or company would have by using your product or services. That's why it's important to have a USP, your ultimate selling proposition, your point of difference. And you have to have number 7, sharp thinking colleagues in your circle. Floyd Mayweather, dynamic business acumen. Leonard Ellaby is in his camp. Al Heyman is in his camp. His sister's in his camp, and there are others very sharp, doing a lot of things. 8, strengthen loyalty with current clients, build them up, empathy, create win-win situations. 9, create fresh marketing strategies. And 10, boost your influence with search engines. So there you have it. The 10 things to build your reputation with search engines. My name is Michael Ellis. I am a direct response copywriter. I work with B2B and D2C agencies to promote their brand, help them rank higher with Google, convert more leads, and increase revenue. How? By creating data-driven copy that, number one, tells the story of the agency, their brand. It compels the reader to do what? Click in on the CTA so there's a sale. So it's to tell, compel, and to sell. That's what I do. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. I'm a previous ghost writer for Hen House Publications. I still help as a brand ambassador. Willie the Bam Johnson, world-known martial artist, business owner, website owner as well. He has the Kids Point MMA program. I help William Tempel as a digital marketing consultant. His website is called My Valid Goals. Anthony Gonzalez, I'm a contributing writer for him. You can look him on LinkedIn and on the internet. He's a dynamic digital agency CEO and owner. The Home Business magazine, Mrs. Colleen, Colleen. Shirlene is the first name. I'm a contributing writer for her as well. I also give influential insights and posts on Quora. I've launched over 500 authoritative and informational articles on LinkedIn. I help people on LinkedIn. I counsel people for marriage, divorce, gang involvement, drugs and alcohol, and health and wellness, things along that nature, as well as hospital and nursing home visitations. Not so much now because of the COVID and people are still nervous about it. But that's me. One of my emails is mike8828@yahoo.com. The other is mikeiswealthy@gmail.com. I also do LinkedIn profile development, resumes, cover letters, mock interviews, marketing research, copy editing. Just got brought on by Horex as a copy editor, a dynamic digital online educational platform that is doing great things. So I'm active, I'm busy. And if you need help with your strategy, traffic, conversions, sales, anything along those lines concerning copywriting, which is just a dynamic skill to have, contact me. My number is area code 203-812-9082. I'm also on YouTube. Look me up on YouTube. If you like what you see here and there, hit like, subscribe, and share. I'm on a mission to get over 4,000 followers and over 4,000 hours of watch time on this year. I'm at 500 because I've been doing other things. 503 actually. So there you have it. The 10 things that build your reputation with search engines. God bless you. I wish you the best of the best in all of your business and personal endeavors. Bye-bye.